Hey guys, welcome back to the Achievement Academy. In this module, we are going to go deeper into the achievement forecasting, and we're going to focus primarily on the subject matter of wealth and your career. I think most of the time when people want to anticipate their actions and or outcomes, it's usually in regards to something about the money, their investments, and or their career, right? So I've dedicated this entire module to go through examples of questions that are related to these aspects. So if you are helping yourself for your next course of action and or you are helping any of your clients or your friends when they have career or business questions in mind and they need answers, you can find from the forecasting methods that I'm about to share with you. Now, this is only on a particular aspect of forecasting. The forecasting subject is a very big subject, but in the Achievement Academy, we are looking at the essentials, right? Look at the essentials so that we could apply and use immediately. So, when it comes to wealth and career matters, now we are moving deeper into achievement forecasting. So I want to look at several things here. This topic here now, we're going to focus on what we call the focus point in achievement dunja. Now, focus points in Chinese, it's called yongsan. Now, this word yongsan means useful God. The useful God, it's quite a sophisticated word, right? I mean, it's confusing to a lot of people. What do you mean by useful and what do we actually use? It's a direct translation, of course. What it actually means, it's the focal point. So the point of focus or focal point, which means now from a achievement dunja chart, we will identify one of the components. Now, this component can come from either the universe realm, heaven, earth, or man realm. One of these components will be the focus point. The focus point of what? Well, since the subject matter is in relation to wealth and career, so we're going to specifically look at the elements or the focus point that represent the subject matters or the attributes of wealth and career. Which means now we have three things. Which three things? The first is the asker. The second point is the outcome. The third is the focus point, the useful God. Now, you may think, so I thought everything just look at the outcome. Well, the outcome is just the end result. But if you want to look at the subject, the attribute, the details of the case you're forecasting, then we need to study the focus point. Now, sometimes the outcome may not be as important as the journey or the entire process. So it's a question of looking at the process and or the actual result. For instance, if you're asking about, let's say, changing of a job, you want to change job, move to a new company. So whether or not you're successful in moving to the new job or getting the new job, you look at the outcome. But let's say now you want to study the things that come with the job. For example, increasing salary, that is quite important, right? So you look at the money matters, which is not the outcome box, it's actually one of the subject matter, the focal points, and how it relates to you. Or maybe you want to see whether the new organization, the question is whether or not it will provide you with the opportunities for learning, because some people join an organization so that they could learn or gain access to certain opportunities and or people that they want to meet. Then we look at the focus point that talk about that subject matter. Can you see now? The outcome may not be the actual purpose that you're in there, because sometimes the focal point is what people want. Now, for instance, some people may ask about the success of certain relationship, right? So they will ask, oh, will this person be my girlfriend? For example, right? Some guys might be asking, you want to be able to woo this girl or connect with this girl and ask her if she wants to, go to a deeper level of relationships. So the forecast will then show the outcome is a yes or no, but whether or not that person is an ideal person, whether or not she has bad habits, Maybe she's someone that's really messy and throws her underwear everywhere in the house and you don't like it, your mom may not like it, for example. Those are the details, right? So you need to be able to see the focus point because it gives you additional information. And so when you are analyzing the, let's say investment, wealth purposes, right? The outcome of a sale, for example, is just whether you can sell it or not sell it. But you can sell it at a loss or you can sell it at a profit. So how do you see that? Well, there are focal point changes. It tells you if you're looking at profits, then maybe it's the property has increased in terms of value, so it's profitable, but you can't sell it. For example, outcome is not favorable for you, okay? But you might not be able to sell it now, but definitely it has the price. So that's one way of seeing it. Now, maybe you are successful in selling it, but the profit element, which is the focus point, is negative. So which means that you sold it for a loss. So you see the details here? So why we need a third component? The first one is the asker, the second one is the outcome, and the third one here talks about the focus point. It is because there are details in that analysis and you need to know that. So I think the best way to teach you about this subject is to show it to you through examples. So let's say now you are talking about just increase in wealth, right? So let's say the most basic of all, it's about career related. Let's start with career and then we move on to business analysis. Now, anytime you are asking about anything at all that relates to career or a job, the focus point is the open door. Take note of this. Okay, so the asker remains the same as the day stamp. The outcome is still the hour, but now there's an additional component called the open door because the question that you're asking or you want to forecast on involves your career. Career or job or profession is always open door. So let's look at an example. So let's say now you're asking about the job that you're going to and whether or not the job will pay you well or whether or not it will open up new doors or opportunities for you and whether it has the career growth that you're looking for, okay? But you haven't even got the job yet, so you are trying to forecast if you get the job, this job is whether it's favorable for you, in what aspect, in what way. So here is how you see it. So again, just remember, the day represents the asker, so the person is asking about the job. The hours, the outcome of asking for the job, whether he gets the job or not. Now, whether the job is good or not, the company is good, or career, the profession is good, we look at what? The open door. Why are we looking at the open door again? That is because open door represents the job. Three things. So, first up, day represents itself. This is the current condition. Then looking at the hour, so the hour is right here, that represents the outcome of looking for or applying for the job. And the open door, where is the open door? Open door is right here. This represents the job or the company itself. Open door always represents the profession, the job or the company. So let's look at the interaction between these three palaces, shall we? So here it goes. So let's look at the self right now, the current condition of that person. Look at that person right now. Chief, is it good? Fantastic. In terms of handling matters, cosmic influence, positive. Hero, wow, he's got reputation, good status, good recognition, the current job that he has. In fact, the current branding of the name of this person, the reputation of this person is very well established. Again, if you want to know the attributes, it's already in the notes, so you can read up the attributes. I know this by heart because I do this every day in my life, but for you, you're a beginner, you got to refer to the notes. And you can see here there is the scenery door. Scenery door, that means this person could be in charge of marketing or promotions or networking or building up a good name or something to do with going externally, increasing sales and marketing, okay? It's about the brand, for example, and all the conditions looks great. So whatever he's doing now is great, but this person wants to go up to the next level, so he wants to change his job. Not because the current job is not good, because it doesn't show anything bad right here. So the outcome is deaf door. See the outcome? Snake, no good. Grain, not so favorable. It has a lot of money though. Grain is a money star, But at this point in time is at the death door. That means now the application of joining the new environment is not so favorable. Now, let's look at whether the job itself is good, the company itself is good. So that looks right here. This is the job. Right now, is there an opening? Well, they're looking for partnerships. Heart represents profession, represents a specific high-ranking position. How do we know? Notes. Okay? So, but right now, there is no opening. How do we know? Because it's emptiness. So, let's look at, there is no opening in the company. The outcome is unfavorable. That means application failed. There is no opening. And the earth element here, this is earth, counters the company. So generally, he will not see a good fit. He's against the company itself. And or the company doesn't have a role for him. And the outcome is not favorable. So when you do such a forecast, you know that if the person is asking you, should I do it, should I not do it? Well, you can tell, you know what, you're not ready to do it. In fact, you're very good where you are right now. No change is great. If you persist on the change, guess what? You're not going to get it anyway. Because no job opening, outcome unfavorable. Okay, so this is one aspect. Let's say the same question now, and it's in a different scenario. Let's look at this scenario instead. So, same question. I'm going to change the job. I want to know the outcome. Will I get it? And the second thing, if I get it, will it be good for me? Normally when they ask that and they want to know, so what's so good if I manage to change to this new organization? Let's say now this involves you, big change, different industry, so forth, and you're very uncertain. You want to know whether this is good because you have a family, you're afraid of taking such a risk. Therefore, you want to do a forecast. So, the yin earth, which is the day, represents the asker. The hour represents the outcome, or whether you're not going to get the successful in the application of changing to the new job. And finally, we need to study what? The open door. The open door represents the company or the professional or the job. So let's see. This is the day. Okay, right now the current condition doesn't look that good. The chief can represent the big boss or the CEO of the company. Since the CEO of the company is with you, only the top boss likes you, but the rest of the situation is not so favorable for you. It seems that your industry and your job is like a pillar. Pillar is a blockage. For example, a lot of arguments and disputes. Door of harm, a lot of internal fights, and it disrupts your life. Even though the boss is good for you, but generally you're not so happy about it. And in fact, whenever we see emptiness in the chart, maybe very likely that this person has already submitted a resignation or already decided in his heart that I don't want to do this anymore, whether or not I get the new job. Okay, so let's look at the outcome of the application. The outcome is right here. This is the hour. What can we see from this hour? Now, first things first, we have a life door. Life door is a money door. In the upcoming examples, I'll be telling you, especially when you're talking about wealth, whether we increase your wealth, whether or not you will improve in terms of your monetary position. Life door always represents profit. So this is the outcome. It has life door. It's a very good door when it comes to money. So if you're applying for the job, you probably would get much more money in the new job. And there's a 9 heavens. What does 9 heaven means? If you look down the notes, you will see 9 heavens means something far away. So we can say if you want the job, you probably need to move very far away. Okay, now if someone says, so where am I moving? Or where am I able to find such a job? Well, it's in the south, therefore move down south. Okay, so if you're in Malaysia or Singapore, south of this is Indonesia or Australia. So that's how you see it, okay? Now, but is the job good? Is the company good? Is the people in that organization good? Well, very simple. Let's look at open door. Where's open door? Open door is right here. Open door. You have, generally when it's red color, it's pretty good, okay? You have an assistant star. It governs the research department, the development, the innovation department, okay? It's a pretty high ranking position. You have pink fire, that means people matters. There are great people there, charismatic people, smart people. With assistant, they're usually smart. So this is pretty good. Okay. Now let's look at this. This is the outcome box, which is fire. Fire. How would it was fire? South is fire. Fire produces you. So you apply, you will get. But is the job good? Very simple. This is career. Career produces the outcome. Outcome produces you. Fantastic. Okay? Which means this job made an offer, the outcome gave to you. Can you see how we know? This is wood element. The east is wood. Now the same chart is also in your notes. Every example that I use here is also in your notes, so you can refer to it, make notes on your notes right now. The east is wood element. Wood produces fire, which is the outcome, and outcome produces you. Fantastic. That means if you are looking for a change, you're applying for a change, you want to know whether the job is great, everything is favorable from this chart. So clearly you could see if you are deciding whether you should do it, this answer is yes, you should do it. If you are, if someone is just not giving you a lot of information and say, you know, I'm thinking about it, you can already say, you know what, you already thought about it and your decision was already final, you're going to change anyway. But if you don't know where to go south. That's what it means. Okay, so, and then someone will say, but what should I apply for? Let's say someone is asking a question differently, like, what should I apply for? I don't know what to do. Well, the application that is available, the best role, remember, heavenly stars represent roles. So what is available is represented by the assistant star. So assistant star is the research department, the R&D, the innovative part, the marketing people. They're all under this category. So those questions relate to career. Now let's talk about wealth, shall we? Now when it comes to money, there will be 4 things that you will be looking at. Now, previously we have only 3 because the focus point was just 1, right? We are talking about career, so to make it easy, we just look at 1 focus point. There are many other things as well in the career that we study, but we want to keep things simple, start from beginner all the way to a more sophisticated level. So this is maybe a deeper level now. So let's say now you are asking something to do with money or wealth or investments, right? Usually you look at these things. The first thing you look at the day, the asker. And the second thing, you'll be looking at the hour, which is the outcome of whatever you want to ask about. Then the focus point is 2 things. The first is the life door, which represents profits. Life door represents profits. And the next one is the stem, the Wu Earth, Yang Earth stand. Look at the character. That represents your capital and or your cash, current cash or capital. Okay? So the interaction of the 4, now I'm not saying that all analysis involves all 4 things at once, but generally it will involve at least 3 things here. So the subject matter's influence or interaction between the life door and the Yang Earth and its relationship to you will tell you the dynamics between what you intend to do with the wealth, your investment or a purchase of a property and or a sale of a property and so forth. Now let's say you are talking about a sale of your business. Okay, let's say now you have an asset. Now I'm not going to specifically say that it's going to be a piece of land or a company, but let's just say it's an asset. Okay, to